immune system is essential for our survival. Without it, our bodies would be subjected to attacks from bacteria, viruses, parasites, and all other kinds of pathogens. When we come in contact with a pathogen, our body comes up with an immune response to try to fight off that invader. There are two types of immune responses: innate immunity and adaptive immunity. The immune system has three lines of defenses in order to fight off these invaders before they can harm our bodies. The first one is the innate barrier defense. Number two is innate cellular and molecular defense. And the last one is adaptive defenses. Innate immunity includes the external barriers of the body, such as the skin. This is the first line of defense. The goal is to prevent the pathogens from entering the body. The skin is the largest organ of the body. It acts as a barrier between the external environment and the internal environment of the organism. The first line of defense is categorized into three different barriers in order to prevent these pathogens from entering the body. The first one is mechanical barriers, the second one is chemical, and the third is physical barriers. Today I will be telling you about the mechanical and chemical barriers of the skin. Mechanical barriers physically block pathogens from entering the body. They rinse, flush, or trap pathogens to limit their spread into the body. The skin is the most important mechanical barrier. You can think of it as a big, giant, impassable shield around the body. The topmost outer layer of the skin, the epidermis, consists of tightly packed epithelial cells that produce keratin. The keratin makes the skin surface mechanically tough and resistant to dehydration. These cells are constantly being renewed from below, which results in the dead cells being sloughed off. As the cells are sloughed off, so is any bacteria that might be on them. Chemical barriers directly attack invaders or establish environments that limit pathogen survival in or on a particular tissue. Skin is relatively dry, salty, and acidic. It has a pH of 5.5. All of these things create a hostile environment for the pathogens, and so they struggle to thrive in it. The chemical barrier maintains the moisture and acid mantle of the skin. This inhibits the growth of bacterial pathogens. There are glands within the skin that secrete oily substances that can either kill or break down the outer cell wall of bacteria to keep them from entering the body. A couple examples include lysozyme, which is in perspiration on the skin that can break down the cell wall and thus kill the bacteria. The acidity of the skin inhibits the growth of bacteria, and sebum provides a protective film on the skin and inhibits bacteria growth. Antimicrobial peptides in the skin act to form a chemical shield on the surface, which aids to the destruction of pathogens. They are naturally occurring molecules that have broad activity to directly kill bacteria, yeast, fungi, and viruses. Despite these barriers, pathogens may enter the body if the skin has abrasions or puncture wounds. Some pathogens have evolved enough and are able to overcome these mechanical and chemical barriers. When pathogens do enter the body, the immune system will then respond with other defense mechanisms.